Hello, listeners. This is Keith, the voice of Kabal, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Die by the Sword podcast. Before we get into this episode, I want to give a big shout out to the guys over at Midnight Syndicate. You can check out their music over at midnightsyndicate.com. And we'd also like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes for the wonderful ambient sound you hear throughout our podcast. You can check them out at www.youtube.com/Sword Coast Soundscapes. Also, check out our website at diebytheswordpodcast.com and get connected with the community by following us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, contact us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to leave a great review wherever you listen to us. And now, let's get into this week's episode.
So I figured for this episode 90, we're 10 weeks away from the big episode 100. I felt like we needed a special guest this episode.
Who would that be?
Dorothy's ghost?
I don't know. Who do you think that might be?
I don't know. I've been away a while, so I don't know who.
What?
Yeah, that's right, everybody. We have Richard here with us this week.
Hey!
Yay!
Thank you.
How have things been?
Things have been great. The little kid is growing like a weed, as you'd expect. He's 4 months old, so he's not quite old enough to crawl yet, but he has recently discovered that he can scoot. So he's been scooting like crazy. He's on the changing table and he just scoots himself off. I've got him on his play mat, and he's succeeded in scooting himself completely off of the mat now and onto the carpet.
That's always fun.
As I say, that's the traumatic time of you turn around for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and the baby's gone.
I feel like it's going to be a couple of weeks, and then he's just going to be almost fully mobile, and we're going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, that's going to be fun.
Crawling everywhere. It's a fun age. I remember that age. Not for me personally, but I remember Dakota being that age.
Yeah.
I was going to be amazed because I don't know a lot of people who remember that age.
That was just last week.
Gary was like, I was scooting everywhere. Like, I could not be stopped.
He's like, New Year's Eve was not that long ago, guys.
After I've had a few to drink, yeah, I'm scooting everywhere.
Yeah, but he's unfortunately he's dealing with reflux. He's got that pretty bad, and he also is teething, so is a double trouble there. But he's a very happy baby when he's not suffering from those two things. He's all giggles and smiles and laughs. So that's cool. Happy about that.
Does he sleep?
Yes, actually. He started sleeping through the night after 2, almost 3 months. Yeah, so we got pretty early on that one. So he'll sleep between 6 and 8 hours every night. It's really a blessing. Yeah.
Nice.
It's better than me.
Yeah, I don't
better than Noelle too. Poor Noelle has really bad insomnia right now. Outside of that, I've been using, time I'm holding the sleepy baby to catch up on old Nintendo games I hadn't played. Playing through Chrono Trigger right now, it's really good. But dude, I played Earthbound, and I never played that game before. That game is excellent. I was blown away by how good Earthbound is.
I don't think I played that one.
Yeah, I've always heard good things about it, but never played it.
Totally lives up to the hype.
Did they release it here?
They did recently. It's on the Nintendo eStore, $10. You can get it on your DS or your Wii U, Switch.
Wow.
Definitely worth checking out. The game is awesome.
Well, first I'd have to get a Nintendo device. But
that's how I've always been. I've been Nintendo and PC.
I do have a Nintendo Wii.
Think it might be on there. I don't know. But $10, definitely worth the investment.
I just have currently a PS4. I still have that old PS2, but it's not hooked up to anything. It's still in the box. But I've got the PS4, which I am looking forward to the remaster of Mass Effect so I can play it again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still rocking the Xbox One X right now, and yeah, that's up on my list.
Mark has a PS3. He handed me the controller and 16 buttons, no directions. This is not good for me.
It's like, this ain't Pong.
It's like, what the hell, man? It was bad. It was real bad.
I think at my mom's house I still have my old ColecoVision.
Ooh.
Dang.
That was my first gaming set.
I've got my PS5, but there hasn't been any games come out for it, so it's kind of just sitting here collecting dust. I finished Spider-Man, and that's
I was
pretty
going
much
to
it.
ask. You beat Spider. How was Spider-Man?
It was fantastic. That game
But
was fantastic.
Did you 100%?
Yeah, all of it's 100%. I got all the suits, all the missions, all that stuff. So, but it's the only game I have for it, so I had nothing else to play.
And that's why I do not currently have a PS5.
Yeah.
So I have a confession. Now that you say that you 100% of that game, I used to be the type of person who would play it on the hardest, or at least the next hardest difficulty, depending on the game, and try to 100% every game. But as an old man now, I don't have that time, and I've found that I do not 100% anything anymore, and I will even drop down to easy on a lot of games just to get through the storyline quicker.
I can definitely sympathize with that. There was a time where I took a lot of pride in finding all the secrets and beating everything on my own, and now it's like I have stuff to do. I just want to beat this game. So look up the walkthrough.
Yeah.
Yep.
I care more about the story of the game than the achieving all these little side missions and all that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a game that the more side quests you do, it builds up your rating for the end result, like Mass Effect, I'll do everything in the game.
But that's usually when I'll turn it down to the easiest setting too, so I can get through all those quicker.
Right. And again, I don't care about the difficulty of the game. I want it to still be somewhat of a challenge, so it's still fun. But again, I want it to tell a story.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. A lot of the side stuff that you're collecting is just like little collectibles, and it's dumb. It does nothing for the story. It's just you're finding these little musical things, or you're finding just like little trinkets or whatever, and you could definitely go without that in the storyline and be fine.
Yeah, the game I play most with my brother is the Dark Souls series, and I mean those are challenging, but I know all three of the games like the back of my hand, so it's not really, I could just kind of autopilot through them.
Right.
Game I purchased most recently actually was Forza 7, because I got Cyberpunk 2077 and the car mechanics were garbage, and I was just like, I really want good car mechanics again, and it's been a while since I played a Forza game, so I got Forza 7, and I enjoy that decision.
I can attest, Cyberpunk driving is terrible.
It's so bad.
It is you can't, oh my goodness, it is so bad.
Well, they're steam powered. That's the problem.
So when you talk about like driving games, I go to Grand Theft Auto, and I don't necessarily play through the story of that one. I just like to drive around and run over things, and then I laugh maniacally. Apparently,
that is the story.
Yeah, you're really making your own narrative at that point.
Yeah, I don't do racing. I can't do racing. The most racing game I can do is Mario Kart.
Do like racing games. Mario Kart would be fun. It's kind of difficult with the 16 button controller. It took me a while to figure that one out. Hate when you someone gives you a controller and you have no directions. What the heck?
Well, you got the little triggers that go for gas and brake.
Yeah, someone needs to tell someone that that's an X or a box with a hat on it.
A box with a hat on it?
Whatever. They're so confusing.
Is that an arrow?
Yeah, that's the arrow thing.
Don't tell him about L3 and R3. That'll just confuse him.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
It'll blow his mind. He's not ready for that.
Or go back to the N64 with the Z button.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They were really pioneers with that one. Like the first person shooters with the C buttons and having the analog, using the move and the look with two separate control schemes. It just wasn't quite right, and then they got it right in the next generation.
Right.
Did you guys have a Dreamcast?
Yes.
I didn't have one, but I played on one.
Yeah, that was a good system.
I mean, I played on it at Walmart.
Death due to no DRM, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All the games I ever played were all burned.
Oh, no.
Sad. But I did enjoy like the era of the N64 where it took it off of a 2D screen and made it 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quote unquote 3D.
Well, I mean, it was more 3D than a lot of stuff before that was.
No, it was. And remembering it, it was the greatest graphics ever.
Mhm.
But going back to it, it's like, what the hell is this polygon crap?
Right.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it brought you games like GoldenEye and, Donkey Kong Country.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. But I remember it the most, like that 3D capability from Mortal Kombat 4. Hated the story of Mortal Kombat 4, but I like being able to actually sidestep something.
Yeah, very Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking too when he said sidestep was Tekken. Yeah, I used to love that.
Yeah, that was the only Mortal Kombat game I actually played. And I only played Sub-Zero, and I kept doing the combo where I stabbed him with my ice sword.
Ah, yeah. I think that was the first one that had the weapons with it, too.
It was a lot of fun.
I think Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate was my favorite, but I've played every iteration of Mortal Kombat.
Same. I'm with you on that. I love the Mortal Kombat series. Some of them are terrible. I still play them, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're so fun.
But one of my favorite Mortal Kombat games was the Sub-Zero Mythology game.
Oh, I remember that game.
I love that game. I still have it on my Sega Game Gear.
I had it on N64.
The Sega Game Gear, where the batteries last a total of 45 minutes.
That's why I had the plug and the car charger.
I gave up. Did you ever beat it?
I don't think I ever beat it. It was hard.
Yeah.
Phillip, are you playing anything these days?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Hyrule Warriors.
Oh yeah.
But that's
What's that?
it.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's Legend of Zelda. If you play Breath of the Wild, it's a prequel. You get to play as Link or Zelda or any of the big four guys that were in the little mechanical monsters.
Wait,
neat.
what? I thought it was a Dynasty Warriors game.
Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah.
I mean, it says Hyrule right in the title.
Right, but the style is spinning around, killing hordes and hordes of mindless
Yeah.
enemies.
It is spinning around killing
Okay.
hordes and hordes of mindless enemies, but it has a story and it follows. It's like, what if you went back in time to stop the calamity?
Hmm.
Yeah, you can play as a whole bunch. The worst one though is you can play as the Great Fairy, which is it's terrible. I hate playing as her. She's just a big old flower that runs around the screen. Terrible.
Descriptive.
Big old flower.
I want to always attack flowers. You know how it is.
In the words of Mark, kill the plant.
Kill what?
What happened to Dwarfy?
Oh, spoiler! Sorry.
I've been away, guys.
Dwarfy got beat up a little bit last week till he died.
He'll be fine. Oh, what?
till he died.
Yeah.
We prop him up like Weekend at Bernie's. He's fine. he's okay.
I mean, he's stout enough.
Yeah.
Dwarfy's lying on the floor, dead.
So yeah. Last week, Dwarfy, got beat up by an anti-paladin. So
That's brutal.
Dwarfy did die. Which, normally I feel like a mild bit of sadness when I kill a character, but I feel extra sadness for this one because I created Dwarfy.
It's like when your mom tells you, she's like, I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
Yeah.
You created this character and you took him out.
I took him out.
Yeah, my parents used to use the I can take you out a lot. Well, she said I have 7 brothers and sisters, so they were like, yeah, I can make more. I'm like, no kidding.
I got a couple of spares laying around.
Yeah, I'm like, really?
But yeah, aside from Dwarfy being dead and you killing the head of the demon wolves and his 2 sidekicks here. You found 2 people chained up in this mill, one of whom was Victor Iliescu. The other you rolled over to reveal is Roderick, who is unconscious.
Who rolled him over?
Who was it that was over there?
I would say it's probably me because I was the one doing the unshackling.
Right.
Yeah, he was picking the locks.
Yeah, I couldn't pick the locks, so yes.
So Xo'bere rolled him over, and Renly did notice that it is Roderick.
So if Renly noticed that, he is going to rush over. But first, he has to get a wand from Dwarfy. Dwarfy's poor little dead body.
Already looting him and everything.
Right.
Well, he has the wand of Cure Moderate.
I know, I'm just kidding. Won't be needing this.
Wait, I seriously need that. I need someone to use it on me a lot.
Diego may be worse off than Roderick.
I'm down to 4.
I was so close to getting you 2.
Yes.
So yeah, Renly grabs it and runs over to Roderick. First, he's going to check if he's unconscious. Is he unconscious?
Yes, he's unconscious.
Do I need to do... I'm going to do a health check to see what's wrong with him. 18.
He's been beaten and tortured.
Well, that's no fun. Unless you're into that. I'm going to hit him for 10 points of healing. See if I can get him conscious.
That would probably be enough to bring him back up.
What now?
Roderick.
Renly? What are you doing here?
Apparently we're saving you and your father.
Well, I am certainly happy to see you. I guess... And he sort of looks around to see the carnage that lays around him.
To his left, he sees his father chained up, or now freed, but where he was shackled. A dead demon wolf in front, a very large dire lion, another dead wolf, a very large dead wolf, and then over by the ladder that goes downstairs, he sees Dwarfy with his throat cut.
Well, it appears that you have dealt with my captors, and
We have, but it's cost us greatly. We lost Dwarfy.
Roderick looks over towards Dwarfy and looks down, mildly saddened. But he says, "Well, I came here looking for my father, and as you may or may not know, I found him."
No, we've heard the name Iliescu when asking about the wolves and this whole situation.
Yes, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to see to him real quick.
Yes,
So-
by all means, let me know if you need any more healing.
Roderick walks over to his father on the ground, uses his healing hex to bring his father back to consciousness.
Roderick.
Yes. As you can see, we're no longer bound. A friend of mine and his companions, they have... our paths have crossed yet again, and they seem to have dealt with our captors.
What of Adamaris?
Adamaris, I believe that is him over there.
Kabal raises up the head and shows him.
Yes. That is him.
Well, I would say that would make you in charge, but after what happened with us, I don't think that seat is open to you anymore.
What did happen? Why are you chained up? The word is that Victor, I presume Victor is part of all of this.
He was at the time. I tracked, if you don't mind, Father, I tracked him down. It took a long time. I was in the Shudderwood for some time doing odd jobs to keep an income. And then I finally found a hot lead. And when I found them, there was all this infighting going on. Apparently, there was some collapse in leadership, and the various tribes were trying to vie for power. My father's tribe was one of them, and I kept trying to make contact, but there was too much fighting and too much chaos going on. But we finally found an appropriate time to meet. But apparently, Father, you had been watched by perhaps a jealous tribe member, and we were ambushed at the point where we were supposed to finally meet, and we were beaten and brought here.
Yes. Adamaris, to test my loyalty, asked me to turn Roderick.
Did you?
No. It's bad enough that I've become one of the things that I despised. I could not do that to my son.
So, disappointed with both of us, they left us here to rot, or perhaps eat, I don't know. But apparently their plans have been foiled, and we have you to thank for that. And Roderick is sort of looking around, and he's like, I recognize your faces. You were in that dream I had a few weeks back. Do you remember?
Do I remember your dream?
Do you have any memory of being at Sloshed Caremark? I mean, it was just a dream, but I recognize all of your faces.
Yes, as soon as I rolled you over, I thought you were familiar as well. Now I know where.
Magic runs deep in this land. It's not surprising that something like that, our dreams might have crossed. But I suppose it is good to see you again. It's definitely good to see you under these circumstances.
Yes, it is good to see you as well. This is quite fortuitous meeting.
Father, I hate to break it to you, but I think there's not much left of the Giselden tribe.
I believe you're right. I feel like I am now an orphan. Even if I wanted to go back to the Giseldens, I don't think I would be welcomed.
Why would you want to go back?
They are my tribe. It's my blood.
You know who's your blood?
Yes, I know, but
if you couldn't turn your son into what you are, why do you think that going back to them is better? I don't make it make sense.
I think he was saying it was a bad idea, Renly.
I know. Well, of course it's a bad idea. I don't want to throw dispersions, but the werewolves I've run into are usually bad.
Please forgive him. He's always like this.
Do you feel a pull to go back to your tribe, or is it just...
I feel the need for a pack. Whether they be the Giseldens or something else. A wolf without a pack is doomed to die.
Why do you say this?
Xo'bere's very curious because he is, he's a bit cursed himself there.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't want to give too much away, but he doesn't know if Iliescu can smell it on him or not.
Because wolves are pack animals. We do not last very long on our own. We thrive on the pack hierarchy, the alpha, beta, omega.
Well, Father, after everything that has happened, do you believe that you may have the trust and the patience to come with me? I have some friends still at the University of Leipzig, some favors I can pull. It is possible that they know what it will take to remove this curse from you.
That is a possibility.
Because I fear if you linger here, no offense, but they will be able to smell you wherever we go.
I have a concern.
Yes.
That is this. The Whispering Way is about to gather and raise the dead, a dead army. And you, I'm sure, know the inner workings of them, because your tribe worked with them, correct?
Work with is a little strong of a term. We aligned with them because we were both searching for Kavlaka Sane's heart. It was the Whispering Way made it possible for Kavlaka Sane to be murdered.
So it was all ill-gotten. All of it.
The Whispering Way and Adamaris were working hand in hand. Evidently, the Whispering Way needed Kavlaka Sane's heart for some sort of ritual.
The ritual that's going on in this town?
Yes.
Do you know where they keep it? Do you know who guards it?
I do. There's a armory adjacent to the Feldgrau Tower. That is where Arin Vrood and his necromancers are keeping the heart.
Who? Arin Gru?
Arin Vrood.
Do we have a timetable? Is it just whenever? Are they waiting for a key moment?
I was not privy to the timeline. What I do know is that Arin Vrood intended to consume all of the heart for his ritual, and he had no intention of returning it to Adamaris, which, at this point in time, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It prevents Adamaris from becoming Pack Lord.
Well, I don't think he's going to become Pack Lord now.
No, but it is possible another demon wolf will try to ascend the throne.
But not you.
I have no desire to lead.
Plus, you've already expressed your disloyalty to the tribe by favoring me over them.
True.
They will not be quick to forget that.
No, but if he does eat the heart.
But if I consume the heart, I will lead all 5 tribes.
Yes. Isn't that something to think about?
I believe there are better options for leadership than me.
For the world or for the wolves?
Both.
If I can be frank, every way I envisioned this going, I envisioned you coming with me to Lepperstad to rid you of this curse. That was my intention the entire time.
Which is something to consider. I do worry that I will lose the control that I have over this fiendish blood running through me.
Well, I am not powerless. I have many sources of magic at my disposal that might help to that end. Also, is there a pet store nearby?
Do you need those little baggies? I'm sure he's potty trained.
No, Roderick is envisioning like a pack of dogs traveling with us,
Oh.
so he doesn't feel alone.
He's just gonna, yeah. That's real. Okay, I got the cutest picture in my head of you guys just walking through the forest with, a bunch of little dogs, but they're all different breeds.
Yeah, it's like a corgi and a pug and a Shih Tzu.
Yes. Diego's going to scratch his fur.
Sure, the cat folk doesn't love the dog talk.
No. Father, you meant so much to me growing up. Your loss weighed very heavily on me, and now I can't bring myself to leave this place without you, and I cannot stomach the idea of you remaining here as you are.
Well, with that amassing army of the undead outside, we'll be lucky to get out of here ourselves, as it is.
If I could find my equipment, I will be able to get this out of here.
Is this the only place that they kept you?
Yes, this is where the demon wolves were. This was our stronghold, I guess you could say. There are others out on patrol, which once they realize that Adamaris is dead, they will come looking for me.
And we will only be a liability hanging around because they will be able to smell you. It's like Luke Skywalker in the shuttle in Return of the Jedi. Presence I've not felt since.
So, Xo'bere's going to take Renly. He's going to say, "So, can I speak to you for a second over here?"
Certainly.
So he's going to go off and he's going to tell him, "Look, I know we were saving this for myself, but I still think I have time, and I think I do have a way to possibly help that your friend and his father and possibly not get us found out." And he shows Renly the cure. What is it? Cure.
Remove curse?
Remove curse. Yes, the potion of remove curse that we bought just in case I turned.
That's not my decision. This is your decision. What if you really want to wait and can wait, by all means. But if you do not want to go down that path, I completely understand, and I will say nothing.
How many days do I have? Today's the 25th of Desness. So how many? Do you know offhand, Gary? How many days I have?
What do you remember? What day you were?
It hasn't been 23 days since the
No, I think it's been maybe 10 or so. Right?
Sounds about right.
Maybe a little bit more.
You got a fortnight.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually said the end date.
So let's say you would turn on the 6th of Serenith. That gives you 12 days.
It's not an easy choice, but I think it is the right choice. It would be better to handle this problem first and get us through here and not make it any more difficult than it already is.
I can agree with that. I'm tired of it being difficult.
So while this conversation is going on, Roderick is searching the room for his stuff. I mean, obviously his armor and weapons would be great, but primarily he's looking for his spellbook and spell components. Does he find them?
He probably wouldn't find them upstairs, but he might find them downstairs.
So he's looking around and he approaches one of the party who's not having the whispering conversation.
Having a rude old conversation.
Is it clear downstairs as well?
Yeah, we've killed everybody here. I think it's okay to go downstairs.
Excellent, thank you. My spellbook is not up here, and I'm nearly powerless without it. I do not want to go down by myself, but I will need to go down and look there eventually as well.
Well, that is the exit, so we'll have to go that way.
So, very well, thank you.
Diego will go back to his normal size.
Okay. Normal size catfolk.
I don't need to be around these other dogs.
So I guess assured that we've handled everything that needs to be handled up here, we go downstairs?
We can start heading downstairs. Xo'bere, did you make a decision?
Before we head downstairs, so as everybody starts to turn, he's like, "Wait, I think I have something that may aid you and your father. I picked this up for myself, but these problems are more pressing at the moment."
Yes, what is that? Roderick casts Detect Magic, finds out what it is. It's a potion of remove curse, right?
Yes.
Roderick grins and puts his head down. It is a very kind gesture of you, but I'm afraid once one has been fully overcome by lycanthropy, a simple remove curse spell is not going to remove it. Though you are very kind to offer. He needs far more elaborate and specialized help to remove the curse at the stage he's in.
I'm sorry to hear that. That is even more troubling for myself, but thank you.
Gulp.
Yeah.
Roderick logs that one away. He kind of looks at his father. Well, I have made my intentions clear. Father, do you have you made up your mind about what you want to do?
Well, first of all, I think we should loot these bodies.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's take a look-see.
Yes, let's loot.
Second, we need to take Dwarfy back to the forge. He needs to be put to rest over there.
This dwarf appears to have been your friend too, son.
Yes, he was a kind and heartly dwarf, a bit spaced out, a bit absent-minded, but always good for a laugh. It is very sad to see him gone.
Then we should be there for his funeral rites.
Will he be buried in town?
There's a forge in the northern sector.
Very well. I know the Torag rites. I can perform the ceremony if needed.
Well, let's see what we've got.
Before any funerary rites are performed, you do understand that this town is teeming with wolves and the undead and the Whispering Way. Do you have any other allies that can help keep watch while you are mourning your friend?
We can ask the Prince's Wolves if they would help.
The Prince's Wolves?
Yeah, we have a feather, so they're our friends.
I see.
Doesn't everyone?
Well, they weren't exactly friends of the demon wolves. So, no, I don't have a feather.
Well, I don't know how they would take your presence in our party.
How big of a problem do you feel this will be? Say the roles were reversed.
Well, not exactly as though our tribes were the best of friends. However, if need be, I can hide in the shadows while you mourn your friend.
I can tell you right now that we will not separate from you. I mean, Roderick has saved my life, and I've saved his, and there's no way that I'm going to let anything happen to his father.
I appreciate that.
I believe my father is laying out a wise course of action. We could mourn Dwarfy with his standing guard to prevent anything untoward approaching us during the ceremony, and then we could decide. Then we can move on to what our next plan of action is afterwards. I do agree that interring the dead would be the first order of action.
Great, so let's loot these bodies. What do we got upstairs?
Okay.
I'm gonna detect magic.
Okay. On the 2 regular demon wolves, you find each of them has a +1 falchion. They each have a +1 breastplate and wooden holy symbols of Giselda.
It's your girl, Giselda.
And then on Adamaris, it's still not a lot, but it's something. He's got a +2 breastplate.
No help.
Not for you.
+1 bastard sword.
No help.
Silver unholy symbol of Giselda.
No, that's useful.
And a potion of Cure Serious.
I mean, is it better or worse if I tell you that Roderick can use every single thing that you guys are saying is useless to you?
But we don't find Roderick's gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also has a potion of bull strength.
I would love that.
I'm down. I want to see you punch a guy through a wall. And I mean that however you take it. Like, if he's on the other side of the wall and you go through the wall to get him, or you punch him through the wall.
You know something I learned recently, Gary, that really changed my perspective on the whole game? Is that the spell Bull's Strength does not stack with a Belt of Giant Strength. They're the same enhancement type. So if you have a Belt of Giant Strength +4, the potion does you no good. The spell does you no good.
Yep.
Just blew my mind.
I think I figured that out with Ondir, because he had a Belt of Giant Strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the stuff that they have on him. Not a lot, but it's something. It'll sell for a lot.
Well, we have to do that.
Or let Roderick take it.
Yeah, I mean, he may have to get a new equipment set up, but he really needs to find that spell book.
I think we need to get this head too.
Yeah.
I thought Kabal already did.
Yeah, we are going to have to cut that off. Diego has no problem doing that. Cutting the head off a dog? Sure.
He just wants to cut it off again.
Probably.
Cabal's part demon, so
yeah,
I'll just go cut off the other heads as well, just for backup.
Just to put them on spikes outside, just to make a statement.
Does anybody have a crossbow? Does anybody want a crossbow? It was Dwarfies. I have a light crossbow with some silver bolts.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a longbow.
Kabal might want the silver bolts.
I can throw them at people, I guess.
Wrong type of ammunition.
Oh.
Spear.
Well, I mean, you like to stab people with arrows, so...
It's true. I do that. I mean, it's nice to check out who's a werewolf and who's not, right? Just walk around stabbing people.
Right.
Can nick him with a bolt.
Sorry, it's just checking. Just checking.
Now, if only you'd done that again with Duristan.
True.
Oh, you flinched. You might be a werewolf.
Okay.
All right, so let's get Dwarfy, get the head, go downstairs, and see if we can't find the spell book.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys go downstairs. Give me a perception check while you're downstairs.
15.
Natural 1.
Diego got a 13.
Oh.
Anybody else?
27 for Kabal.
There you go.
Yay, come on.
Kabal is able to locate a crate that's kind of been shoved under some stuff that's got some magical items in it, including Roderick's spellbook.
Hey, Roderick, I think this belongs to you, bud.
Oh yes, that is it. Thank you. Yes, thank you. And he enviously opens it and starts poring over the pages. Yes, just as I left it. Good. And is a spell component pouch in there too?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. I am at much higher combat capability than I was previously. Was the rest of my stuff in there or just the spellbook?
You just saw the spellbook and the spell components. You'd probably figure that a wolf somewhere is carrying your other stuff.
Great. Mind if I take that breastplate?
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
It'll work for you.
And he also grabs the bastard sword if nobody stops him.
It's all yours.
All yours.
Bit larger than I'm used to, but I can work with this. Thank you.
Diego will hand you a bolt.
Thanks.
Werewolf check.
just stick it in your thigh, just real quick. All right, I'm feeling a lot better now about our odds.
So we're gonna try and sneak to the north part of town.
Okay. So you're sneaking. Roll your stealth.
32.
25 for Kabal.
That's stealthy.
Oh, we lost our least stealthy member.
Yeah.
And we are carrying him, right? With us?
Yeah, we are. 24 for Diego.
15 for Renly.
So Renly is now the one that is not so stealthy.
Yep.
Diego mutters something about cat's grace.
Well, surprisingly, you still managed to make it through without being noticed. So you do make it through the forge.
Is it lit? Hey!
Yeah.
It is lit-ish.
We'll stoke the fire then to get it up to a good burn. I think that will be a large enough pyre for our friend.
I hope so. I'm not the expert in such things. But if we are ready, I will perform the rite. Father, thank you for watching over us as we do what must be done.
I will stand guard. I will holler if trouble.
Could you howl if there's trouble?
Yes.
Thank you. And Roderick grins, thinking he's very clever.
Howl and well met.
Go away. So, Roderick's not taking the lead because he hasn't seen Dwarfy. I mean, he's seen Dwarfy's corpse, but he hasn't seen Dwarfy in a long time.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can pour one out for the homie.
Dwarfy would have wanted it this way.
He got some ale so we can party.
You know, he'd like that.
It's okay, I'll lap it up. I do have a long time.
Oh.
Ew.
Why you gotta say it like that?
And it's rough. It's perfect.
Roderick is in his spellbook, and you see letters faintly glowing and floating off the page as he reads.
Intriguing.
So, I guess we're ready?
Yep.
Cool. So we set the funeral pyre up appropriately, place Dwarfy on the forge. As we light him, Roderick says the appropriate words from the forging of iron, as is appropriate to put one to rest who is a devotee of Torag. And he says it all correctly. All the words and signs are all correct. He says, "It has been a long time since I have seen Dwarfy, and I'm afraid I will never get the chance to see him alive again. But I am happy that I am at least able to send him away here and do what I can. He was a good friend of mine, and I'm happy to hear that he was a good friend to other adventurers who needed his help. That was very much the kind of person he was."
I give a little bit of side eye to Kabal. I really didn't know Dwarfy as long as you did. I think, Roderick, you did know him the longest. We knew him at his most recent, but what I do know is he was very loyal. He was a very loyal friend to me. He was a very loyal friend to you and my brother and to all of us here, and he will be missed.
Should we sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow?
Renly doesn't say prayers, so it is in the public domain. But if you want to say something nice.
So, Dwarfy, again, I didn't know him as well as Roderick did, but we did travel and have some adventures, and I'm gonna miss him. He could definitely tie one on, and he was a good drinking buddy, and he always had our back. May Yaren just watch over him and always shine luck down upon him.
Kabal says, although we didn't see eye to eye, we were both trying to keep this party alive, and apparently one of us failed.
Diego looks at him at that point. Okay. He will be missed greatly. He was an asset to us and a true friend.
Well, if there is nothing else, I believe it is best we move on. We do not have the luxury of time.
No, we do not. Should we go to the Prince's Wolves now?
I think it depends on Father. What say you?
I feel like that is probably the best call. After losing a friend, it is best to find somewhere to regroup. I do think it best if you are upfront with these other wolves and let them know that I am here. I will understand if they do not wish my presence.
This is probably a silly question. But do you know if you've killed any of theirs?
It is possible.
It's going to make it a little harder.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many are wherever you're taking me, but I didn't kill any of them.
Well, no, neither did we.
Or else they would be dead.
So see, we're fine.
Do you remember that time I didn't kill you? Those were the days.
You're welcome.
So okay, let's walk. Victor can follow behind us a little bit.
Okay.
I'll take the heads. I have no problem with them.
Do we take all 3 heads?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, you didn't hear him? He just was running around decapitating people for no reason.
Just cuz.
Yeah, no, we went
It is-
above and beyond.
It is a bit unsettling walking around with all these heads.
All right. So you guys make your way back across town, stealthily making your way in the shadows over to the dyer's shop. You do your little knock on the front door.
Shaving a haircut?
Yes. Who is it?
It's your purple feather friends.
Purple feather. Who's the purple feather? Oh, purple feather. Yeah. Let him in.
So we enter, and
yeah. As you enter and have Victor following behind you, the 6 werewolves in here just start snarling.
hold. Everyone hold. We have come up with our part of the bargain. I throw the head at the leader's feet. Plus two, the other 2. And this 3rd, or this 4th, is an ally. I know he smells the way he smells. What do the ghouls smell like?
The demon wolves, you mean?
I obviously think of them as ghouls, but yes, the demons.
They smell like demons.
Well, so brimstone-y?
Yeah, kind of like this sulfur and taint.
Well, we found him chained. He has betrayed his pack because they're dicks.
As you well know.
And
But of course.
this is Roderick Iliesco.
A pleasure.
And don't freak out, but Victor Iliesco.
You bring the right-hand man of Adamaris Ianaku.
Well, I think that they had a little falling out, seeing as that they were both chained, beaten, and left for dead.
How do we know we can trust him?
You can't. You can trust me. You can trust all of us. Diego, Renly, Xo'bere, Kabal. Notice I didn't say dwarfy. Our dwarf companion fell in this fight.
I'm sorry to hear that. Many of ours have fallen to these wolves.
And these 2 almost fell in that fight. These are not your enemies. We are all allies here. We all have a shared goal of stopping the Whispering Way. You don't have to be his best friend, but for now, please trust him.
If this bites us in the ass and he brings those demon wolves into our hideout, then we will find you.
I will kill him myself. You have my word. If he betrays you, Renly is going to look back at Roderick and Victor and finish. If he betrays you, I will kill him myself.
Roderick has a very stern and serious look on his face. You can tell that half of what he's thinking isn't even here. It's somewhere else entirely.
So he wasn't paying attention to my powerful speech.
Well, I mean, to get in his head, he's thinking 7 steps down the line of when does this end in me taking my father to Lepperstadt. That's
right.
That's where he's trying to get with this.
Victor will take a step forward. If I may, I fully understand your distrust. And if I were in your shoes, I would probably feel the exact same way. It is true that I was Adamaris's lieutenant, but it wasn't always by choice. You see, he is the one who sired me. And I'm not sure how your bloodline works, but within the demon wolves, when your sire gives you a command, you must obey. And I did. Until he gave me the one command that my soul would not allow me to obey. I thought when I became a wolf that I had lost my soul entirely, so I gave in. I embraced the demon side. But when he commanded me to turn my son into a killing machine, I refused. My son gave me back my humanity, and it is that humanity that I seek again.
See, it is Star Wars.
Yeah.
But you didn't throw the Emperor over into the thing.
No, Victor did when he said no, metaphorically.
Ah.
I said 9.
9?
We did it literally.
So what say you to that?
Since he's being sincere. Victor, if you have betrayed the demon wolves in this manner, they will not accept you as one of their own. You have become orphaned. I believe these friends of yours here shall be making a play to defeat the Whispering Way. But someone will need to hold back the demon wolves in the process. Will you join us in that fight? Yes. I will join you in fighting back the demon wolves.
And at that, Roderick ceremoniously slings his new bastard sword over his shoulder. Then I suppose I will as well.
I assume that you are here to reclaim Kavlakasane's heart as well, for your own leader. I do know where it is being held. I will share this information with you as I've shared with these friends here to prove my loyalty.
I bet that gets their attention.
Tails all wagging.
Wait a minute.
We've taken a lot of beatings tonight. We've taken a lot of losses. Should we wait to go for the heart in the morning? Or are you up for it now?
I know you didn't take any damage really in the last fight, but Xo'bere and Diego are like on death's door.
Seriously.
We are.
Yeah, because pretty much one arrow would kill me.
So yeah, we definitely should heal up.
You guys show up at the door. You're just covered in open wounds. Just bleeding profusely on the floor.
It's the impression we want to make.
But Kabal and Renly are looking fly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the only damage I took was from myself.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot that.
The only damage I took, I gave to Dwarf, and it killed him.
Oh, dwarfing.
For what it's worth, Roderick can give 2d8 plus 8 healing to anyone who needs it, if that helps save your wands.
Totally.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I won't roll it, so you roll it, but 2d8 plus 8.
How many times?
No, it's once per person. It's my healing hex.
Who's taking it?
I think Diego.
Diego or... Okay.
No, it's you can cast it once
Oh,
per person per day.
You get 3 a day?
I can use it as many times as I want, but it has to be a different target each time.
Oh, per
Ooh.
person per day. Gotcha.
Correct.
2 6s, and you said it's 2d8 plus 8? Awesome.
So that gave me a 17. I'm good. Because I got a 7 and a 2.
I'm back healed up as well.
Does anybody need Cure Light or Cure Moderate?
Yeah, I'm 40 down still. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm still pretty far down, too. I think Diego and I both are.
Remember, you did find the Cure Serious potion as well.
If we can hold on to it, because Kabal can do healing, right?
Heal us.
I sure can.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me pull out I have Cure Moderate for both of you. So let's see what we can get you back.
If it's a good one, it can get me pretty close to where I can just heal up overnight.
That's 22 for you, Joey.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it
Okay, and then
for me to be healed up overnight.
for Diego, that is 16.
Okay. That gets me to about halfway. I'm good. I was really hurting.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with this Cure Moderate. So 1 day is 2 8. There's 9 more.
Gracias.
Do you need more, or are you gonna be good in the morning?
If you can hit me with one more, that would do it.
One more Cure Moderate. Here we go. 14.
Oh yeah, feeling good now. I'll definitely be totally healed by the morning.
Cool.
So I apologize for all the blood on the floor, but I won't bleed anymore.
Cool.
Your accent has changed, Diego.
Oh no, I must have drank something.
I like it.
To a Russian kitty.
What'd you cast on him?
Let's hope that goes away.
Cabal threw in a little extra something.
No, it was Richard's hex, man. It just makes you speak Russian all of a sudden. It makes you have a Russian.
Vodka flavored healing
I
hexes.
accidentally got into some vodka.
That's been not you.
Vodka?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's vodka.
Vodka. Potato vodka.
Hey!
But if y'all want to party, I got these 2 barrels of ale.
Just carrying 2 barrels of ale in your backpack.
They were in the bag of holding because they were on Dwarfy.
He's got like a beer helmet, like just with the 2 back behind him, just to 2 huge things of ale.
And suddenly Diego's accent is now English. Yay!
Yes, let's toast and drink and celebrate our friend. Since you have scouted this place, what's the best angle of attack? What should be our play? We obviously want to go the least amount of resistance and try to not be seen.
Right. From here, if you go around to the north, near the Gravedigger's Shed, and around that way toward the tower, you'll encounter the least resistance that way. From what I understand, there may be some undead around the grave digger's shed, but I can't confirm that completely.
Well, that's where they would be.
That makes perfect sense.
Right?
Because he's not burying those folks. Darn him.
Okay, so...
Because you do not want to go the southern route from here, because that will take you right through the town square where the army of undead continues to amass.
And what of us, Father? Our role is to ward off the remainders of the tribe. But what does that mean? We're not fighting them head on, are we? Are we distracting them? Are we trying to pull them in a different direction?
I believe that the demon wolves will start making their attack on the Whispering Way as well.
Well, we don't want to stop them doing that.
No, but we do want to prevent them from getting to your friends.
So sort of a containment maneuver, making sure that their attack is focused away from them.
Precisely. They can take out a wave or two of the undead. And they can take out some of these Whispering Way cultists.
Well, that's helpful. I now know what spells to prepare for the morning. Thank you.
Yes. But our goal is to make sure that your friends make it to the armory. And then from there, they will have to face that army of the undead before going into the tower.
And our goal will be to make sure that that encounter is not any more difficult than it needs to be for them.
Precisely.
So what are we going to do with this heart? I mean, we're going to get it from the shed. Who do we give it to?
We're going to auction it off to the highest bidder.
Oh.
eBay!
I mean, last episode we did talk about going to Vegas.
If you ask me, I would...
Eat it?
No. I would recommend giving the heart to the Prince's Wolves. Or... I can tell that your friend here has been bitten. What tribe would you like to see as the leader?
I don't know if any of them should be leader. This is so much responsibility to think about. Even what happens if we destroy the heart?
If you destroy the heart, it could continue the civil war until all the wolves basically kill themselves.
Roderick stops himself from saying, well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. The only good wolf is a dead wolf. Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry.
You're not my real father.
Not anymore.
While I can understand the temptation to just let the wolves fight it out, there is a lodge within the Shudderwood that many innocent bystanders could potentially be harmed at.
Are you talking about Ascanor Lodge? Oh,
Yes, that is the one.
2 stars. Terrible.
Not staying there again.
It's more of an experience kind of place.
We've experienced it.
There's nowhere else like it.
There's no place like Ascana. There's no place like Ascana.
Did they try the cheesy modem mystery thing again?
Oh, they did, but it was for real.
Oh, so they've upped their production value.
Yes.
They added a huge spider to it.
A huge spider. That's new.
It's always spiders.
I will wait until we get to the armory. Then I will become the dire lion.
Are you sure we should do it there and not when we face the army of the undead? Hopefully we don't have to do it in the same day. But we are getting very close.
I only have a limited time that I can spend in that form. So we must do it correctly.
Right, but we also don't have as much time as we thought with Xo'bere. The day that he permanently changes is growing closer and closer.
We must prevent it.
But in case you have also forgotten about it, you do have the Eclipse Hero card, which can either give you spell resistance during combat or cure somebody of lycanthropy.
Ah. Yeah, I think we'll need the spell resistance. It's like, what, a 20 plus 20 or something, isn't it?
It's spell resistance 20 if you use it during the day, or if you use it at night, it's spell resistance 25.
Oh, that's right.
And it's a group power.
Yes.
It's morphin' time.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, not to tell you what to do, but lycanthropy is really, really, really hard to get rid of.
I think we should get rid of it. Personally, I don't want to see Xo'bere turn.
But it would be fun for me, because then I get to play your character when you turn.
I mean, we've already lost one party member. Why not two?
Well, I guess we got a few days to decide.
Yep. And, I guess the night is over. Everybody has woken up. And it is time to go to the armory.
So we sleep through the night, keeping our watches, which is less necessary with these other werewolves around.
Mm-hmm.
But just staying safe.
I mean, makes sense.
I think that each of us stayed up with, we partnered up, one of us and a wolf. Just because it's kind of...
What?
Yeah, one of us and one of the princess wolves, we just stayed up with them in our watch because we don't trust each other. We don't trust each other.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Thought you were talking about some forbidden love.
No, I was talking about...
Phillip is far too innocent for that. Stop poisoning his mind.
Well, when Diego was at his watch, it was cats and dogs. You know how that went.
Yes.
Y'all are on opposite sides of the room.
How to get Diego down out of the tree.
Why is your tail all pooped? Why is your tail all pooped?
But I am sure that there was a wolf awake at all times, because they would have wanted to keep an eye on Victor more than anything. But you all make it through the night uneventfully, other than the occasional dog chasing cat, then cat chasing dog.
Did he waste one of his dire tiger things on them dogs?
No, not for a chase. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, but he did get the zoomies at one point.
Play chasey? You want to play chasey?
I might have clawed somebody.
So it's the next day.
It is the next day. What do you do?
Roderick is getting his newly improvised gear together, but he's not saying anything. He's just waiting to head out.
Renly is fighting a stomach ache. He's very nervous.
Xo'bere is trying to stay calm as well and relaxing by the fire, trying to keep warm, just trying to think of the mission at hand, basically. And he's also thinking about the family that he experienced, that very visceral haunt of, where he was possessed and all that stuff.
Diego's going to go through meditation and poses to prepare himself.
Kabal's having flashbacks to the premonition he had where everyone was dead and he was the only one alive and he was almost dead. So he's freaking out a little bit. But he's staying cool on the outside, though.
Well, are we ready?
Well, I believe I am.
As ready as we're going to get.
Then let us be off.
Yes, I'm ready.
So you lads go up to the north, near the grave digger's shed, and around to the armory. And we will fend off any advancing demon wolves who come your way.
May the lucky Yaren be with you.
Normally I'd say would Giselda be with you, but I don't think I'll be worshipping her much anymore.
And this is where Richard asked him if he heard the good news about Torak.
Well, do you like smelting things? Do you like forges? Boy, do I have a deity for you.
He got his black clip-on tie and his white button down.
So yeah.
Well, it was nice to meet you in the flesh after strange dream sequences of getting to know you the first time, but gods be with you. We will be doing what we can on our side.
Thank you, Roderick. It was very comforting to see you, especially in this time. I hope this isn't the last time.
As do I. I trust we will see each other again, but I can tell you it was very heartwarming to see you here to help me out of that situation.
You are my brother. We will fight together always.
Yes, I feel like this fight is going to go on longer than just this.
I hope not too much longer. I'm very tired.
Yes, but I'm sure our paths will cross ways again.
Well, gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
So they're making their way to the armory. Roderick and his father are making their way in a different direction. Roderick is, got his sword over his shoulder.
Hold on, this is how I see it. Is we've said goodbye, but the armory and where you guys were going kind of in the same direction. So
I'm parked over there too. So thought you were parked on the other side. So Roderick has his sword slung over his shoulder, and he's sort of talking to his father, not looking at him directly. He was just, well, throughout my childhood, you told me what to do. You gave me a lot of instructions for my own good.
I did.
Now I think it is time that I have to lay out the plan. Father, I can't lose you again. You can't die on me again. What we're doing here is important. I want to help my friends, but... And he, stops him to look him in the eye. This cannot be a suicide mission. If things get too hairy out there, forgive the expression, we should flee. I have magics prepared that will aid us. If the situation becomes too dangerous, we will go. This is not a fight to the death. Their success is not entirely dependent on us, and we will be no good to them if we die trying to defend them.
I will follow your lead.
Promise me that you will not throw your life away. If things become too dangerous, you will take my lead, and we will get out of there.
I cannot promise you that entirely. If it comes down to your life or mine, I will sacrifice my life so that you may live.
I suppose I can't ask anything else of you than that. But I do ask, and he's glad the others aren't in earshot. I ask you, do not lay your life down for them.
They are your friends, are they not?
They are. But you're my father. That means more to me.
Well, after everything I've ever done for you.
You can't hear this conversation.
I love this.
Perhaps you did learn those survival skills from me after all.
We have both been through a lot, and I want nothing more than Mother to see you again.
Well, I would like that very much. I do hope that we survive this encounter. I hope your friends survive this encounter.
Yes, as do I.
And what do you say about taking up the old mantle of becoming a werewolf hunter?
I believe I have exactly the skill set. We shall have to change you first. I don't want you to be the first on my target list.
Understood.
And I believe they might need werewolf hunters to the south. Maybe somewhere in Andoran. I have a friend there.
I always wanted to visit Almas.
Yes, I believe that will be the first place we stop. Beautiful city, beautiful people.
Well, then I cannot wait to meet your friend.
Yes, I believe you will like her very much. Shall we go on?
We shall.
And cutscene.
When you said, how would you like to be a werewolf?
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
I was like, fratricide.
Werewolf hunter.
So I didn't want to force you to be a werewolf, but...
But I'm going to force you to be a werewolf. All right. So Roderick and Victor head off with the other prince's wolves, setting up a boundary to keep the rest of you guys safe from the other demon wolves. As you make your way north around the Gravedigger's shed, luckily you don't see any active undead. You see bones and such lying about, but nothing that is animated. You make your way past the shed and around, approaching the armory. And as you make your way around, you get a glimpse down the hill into the town square. And there are hundreds of undead that have been raised. And you know that you will have to fight them to get to the tower. But you keep making your way to the armory. As you get there, you see a squat stone building standing adjacent to this ruined tower. Its windows have been shuttered, its doors hanging open. It's dimly lit by torches. Building's interior has been completely gutted. All that remains are several stacks of wooden crates and a large stone vase in the center of the room. As you all walk inside, looking around the armory, the door slams shut behind you as 5 wights appear. And we'll see you next week.